Hello and welcome to this final episode of Storm King's Thunder. My name is John Godebert. I am the GM for this campaign. As we rejoin the action, a pregnant Caelynn has just vaporized the gnolls invading Waterdeep.
I'm pregnant! Don't piss me off!
And you can just, down the alleyway, there's just a poof as the lightning just explodes down that way.
I just want to imagine there's a couple of guards about 2 blocks away just going, "Have you interview that?" Nah.
And then Lunar.
Yep.
It is your go.
It is. So I think I'm going to move here.
Should we ask anything, or are they just there to just... Because they're not really supposed to be in this area. I mean...
What are you doing here?
We're looking for food.
Oh, okay, fine. They're useless.
Is that all? Why can't you find food outside? Answer my
Not
question.
there.
And sorry, I missed that. What, John?
Not there. We come here.
Okay, they're just useless.
Huh.
They're just
Fine.
savages.
Apparently. Since you don't feel like answering my question, I don't feel like letting you live.
Constitution save. Yay! 15, 19 points of damage. Icicles form over it. It snaps them off.
And spell driver.
Sorry, you've gone very quiet, Jennifer.
Oh, have I? I'm sorry.
There you go, that's better.
Here we are. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to hit. Sorry.
And you just tickle it.
And then I think I'm going to cast this.
Oh boy. It's 28 points of damage. As Lunar just stands there. Gundam reference. We will cut back to the action in a volcanic cave in the Feywild.
God, I'm busy.
Meanwhile,
Is our fight finished then?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Ah, Nani.
There's still a gnoll standing for now.
Oh, that one, no.
One left.
Oh, he killed it.
Barely.
Barely.
Barely standing.
The smoke clears and he's kind of staggered.
Erelith. The Formian warrior stood in front of you.
Oh, that's a, isn't it?
A 12, a 25, an 18, and a 15.
Yeah, I can read.
Those numbers, which ones hit?
The 25 and the 18.
So that is
Oh my
15
God, they're 15s.
and 5 for a total of 20 points of damage as it just rakes its claws across you.
I am not looking good. Oh no.
Doolin.
Come down. Get this guy.
Well, that will hit. Doolin just rakes its claws into the eyes of the creature, and it just falls dead on the floor. And the other two just turn and look at it and...
I'd like to point out he's flying up.
Erelith.
If I move, I'm going to invoke an attack opportunity, aren't I?
Yes.
I'll aim my bow at this guy then.
Okay.
What happened? Hunter's Mark, right?
Yes.
Does it move?
I don't believe it does.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I can use my
oh,
bonus
you can
action.
use a bonus action on subsequent turn to mark a new target. Yes.
Cool. I mark this guy.
Cool.
Also, my favourite enemy is humanoids. That seems very just vague.
Yeah, I think we didn't write down enough information about some parts of your character at some point.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Probably the past.
Curse you, past selves.
Back when we didn't know how to D&D properly.
I still don't. I'm just all making it up. You know?
Isn't that what we're all doing?
Yeah, true.
Amy says, I'm what the fuck?
Longbow!
That'll hit. Just hits.
Oh, I believe you owe me 3 attacks this turn.
Well, that one died.
Oh, cool. I'll have disadvantage against this one, though. Damn.
If you bow him, yes.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna risk it.
Can you bow him?
That was terrible. Don't ever do that again.
Can you bow him?
Ah.
That's an 11, Michael.
That misses, thankfully.
It just lashes out with a claw.
Cool. I can't move my hunter's mark because I use my bonus action this
Correct.
turn. So longbow.
That'll miss.
Longbow.
That one hits.
Longbow.
Arrow.
Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt.
I was tricked in a campaign once because my DM asked if I wanted longbow or shortbow arrows. I was like, well, I have a shortbow. I'll buy shortbow arrows. And the guy was like, no, they're more expensive. They're harder to make, so they'll be a bit extra. So I paid the extra. Turns out there's no difference between the arrows, and I was tricked.
I might remember that for times when I'm not playing with any of you guys.
It's a great idea. My DM is a terrible human, and I hate him.
Michael.
Hello.
Yeah,
Oh,
That Michael. Erelith.
great.
Could you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
or, how about you just let me pass and I'm great? Okay, I'm going to take that clicking as a no.
You pass and you're great. You feel a presence pressing in on the back of your mind.
My housemate just popped in to remind me that I went through all this thing and bought a longbow as well, and then I wasn't even proficient with the longbow, so I just had a bunch of arrows that I couldn't use.
Chupa. The 13 doesn't hit.
But everything else does.
Everything else does.
I'm pretty sure I just ripped him to shreds.
15. 12. And then 10. Okay, that is all for the people that are here. So we're gonna jump back because we're jumping. We're jumping to the not the alleyway, the Medusa lair. And on Merlin's turn, Merlin
Is gonna get high. Because that's what he does, because he's Merlin.
is going to go 5, 10, 15.
I would watch that Arthurian legend.
And then he is going to
The
roll.
Arthurian legend.
My uncle's in that Arthur film.
Which one?
The movie, like the.
There's been a few.
The recent one
With
with David Beckham.
Oh, Legend of the Sword.
Legend of the Sword, yeah. My
I'm
uncle
so
was.
sorry for you.
My uncle was actually Mordred in that one.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
No, that's nice.
You're related to that guy?
Yeah. He's my
That-
uncle.
That's kind of lit.
My mum's brother.
Cool.
Merlin walks forward and just waving his hands summons a lightning bolt and blasts it into the Medusa.
Because he's a badass.
Milo.
I'll put a link in the group chat.
Ping.
Ooh.
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 What?
No.
What is your... Actually, I'm just going to look at your spell save DC. Because I'm fairly certain... Yes. A crown... shapes around the Medusa's head, encircling the snakes, and just rests on her brow, and she just drops her fighting stance. You just see madness glows in her eyes.
Which chat is it in?
Facebook chat.
Yeah, Facebook
Oh.
chat.
Look, I ever have that open.
Borrowed.
Is it my action to go through and into my familiar senses?
That's a fine question.
Or is it just something I can do?
Let me have a quick look. When you're familiar, as an action, you can see through the senses of your familiar.
Ah, okay. Never mind. Recognizing that this is borrowed knows this spell. He actually has it on his character sheet. He is going to. Yeah, he does. He's gonna try once again to basically just hold. He's gonna try and cast Hold Monster again.
Okay. That is another wisdom save.
Yep. God. Come on.
On the Medusa's turn, Tanny, is the Medusa going to attack anybody? The Medusa just kind of slashes out of the wall, just attacking thin air. And we will cut back to the alleyway. Where it is Mord's turn, who, as a bonus action, can move his hunter's mark.
As we have recently learned.
And will fire at the Gnoll Death Mage and sinks 2 arrows into her and kills her.
Yeah, bitch.
And so you just look around at the Gnoll corpses in the alleyway with 3 of them hearts singed out with lightning bolt, 2 of them frozen solid, 1 of them just 2 heavy orc arrows embedded in them. covered in ice and pit marks of magic missile. And you notice on the wall that one of them has just... Somebody in recent times, very recent, has just graffitied in common. Broken common. His chains will be sundered.
Look at how many good things, right? Right?
That doesn't sound great.
Sorry, Tanny. I promise you'll be back down to one character next time. Mord will just stow his bow and arrow. And also Sean, you've got a line.
Oh, that was what I know. I didn't know. I didn't know you could archery while drunk, darling. I didn't know you would archery while drunk, darling.
I'm an orc. We train under many conditions. Must say that this is one of the more unusual, but it is fun. We should carry on with our evening.
We train vigorously.
Stop.
We train vigorously and we do many other things vigorously too.
Don't encourage it.
With Mord, this is in character.
Not exactly reassuring, I assure you.
And then, as there are no more combatants here, the rest you spend you leave the alleyway unmolested by gnolls and head back off into the night to carry on heading home. Meanwhile, in a
Lava cave.
Sean.
What else could you do with your hands, Morty? Shoot in the face. What? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired.
Meanwhile, in a lava cave in the Feywild, Dulin.
Gonna swoop down and hit the guy.
Okay.
That's the theory anyway.
Gonna give it a go.
How is that motherfucker not dead after that much damage?
That's a miss, unfortunately.
Oh, he flies away.
Erelith.
Have a hunter's mark.
Okay.
Can I do that with the bonus action thing?
Yes, I believe so.
'Cause he didn't just die. Target drops to do a hit before the spell ends. The spell lasts for an hour, so yeah.
Yeah.
Longbow.
That'll hit.
I'm used to just shouting punch, so this is a definite improvement.
Okay.
Punch, wind. Still standing, huh?
Still standing.
Jesus, this guy.
And geek is all in the mind.
That'll hit.
I'd hope so.
That number's more than the other number. That number's more than the other number too. How do you want to do this?
I want to like Robin Hood the other arrow that I fired, so I just split it right down the middle.
Just the first arrow just sinks into his armor and sinks through into flesh, and he just whips round and looks at you, and you just pull another arrow, fire, and it just straight down the middle of the other arrows, neatly splitting it in two, going into the same hole in his armor. it just sinks into his heart and he falls down dead. And just at the same time, the energy of the ritual just goes and the ring shatters.
Well, that was handy.
Yes, talk about good timing.
Honestly, I don't know if I should be pissed or impressed that that guy survived 3 hits from my flame, 4 hits from my flame tongue.
Yes, it is quite an attractive sword.
Yes, and you can't have it, so fuck off.
I prefer the bow, but thank you. Caelynn would come down and just land on my shoulders.
Oh, you didn't see, but I learned a spell, and so I can totally set the long sword on fire, and I didn't do it this time because I forgot.
I will look forward to seeing it in the future, hopefully. Well,
Next time we kill things, I'll show you. You'll love it.
I can't wait.
You head back to the shimmering portal. And as you step through back into our world, Chupa,
Yeah.
could you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Ah, fuck. Why is it always wisdom? I suck at wisdom. Yeah, hold on. Ugh, it's never a strength saving.
We can't give you things you're good at, that would be boring.
Yeah.
It's fine. Nothing bad happens.
What?
As you step through the portal, you suddenly...
Just glosses over it.
all of the memories of the time that you spent in the Feywild, the fight with the Formian creatures, the destroying the ring, just become slightly hazy, like when you just wake up from a dream and you can cling to it.
Weird. Okay, that's not a sensation I'm fond of.
Erelith, you're fine.
Yeah,
Why are you okay?
well, I'm a badass.
Whatever, you motherfucker. What'd you do? Is it because you're magic?
Just because I'm an elf, probably.
True. Because I guess that's like a Fey thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is an elf a Fey? I don't know.
Descended, I believe.
I guess. I don't know. I'm a red-horned motherfucker. I don't know.
That's
Meanwhile,
could comfortably fill the Grand Canyon.
as Chupa and Erelith bicker into the night, and Chupa eventually at some point heads back to meet the others at whatever town we left him in.
Is Erelith coming with me?
Probably not.
Ah.
I
Well-
could come for a drink, I suppose.
We cut back to a Medusa's cave.
Ah, yes. Hello.
And then we will cut to the top of the initiative order, where it is Merlin, who is gonna cast a spell of some description, I'm sure. I mean, that seems the sort of thing he would do. I mean, how done are we with this fight? I'm thinking a level 9 lightning bolt. That sounds like fun, right?
Oh.
Lightning bolt is 1d6 for each above 4, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 d6.
That's a lot of these sixes.
Yeah, Merlin's really done with this fight.
Merlin just waves his hands again, and lightning just crackles. The Medusa just looks... Several of the snakes just look round and tries to dodge, and just dodges it, only taking 24 points of damage. Milo. Crown is concentration, but that does mean that you can cast spells that don't require you to concentrate. So you could, for instance, Chromatic Orb again. Unfortunately, that one does sail past her and slams into the wall. Darn it. Borrowed.
Cool. Yes. Actually going to do fighting now, because that is what I'm good at and here for.
The 18 will hit. She just dodges the 14.
Okay. Here we go. The good old 11 slashing.
And then on the Medusa's turn, it's going to attack the thin air again.
Well, hey.
Because it doesn't get a saving throw against Crown of Madness, does it?
It does at the end of its turn.
Excellent.
Repeat the saving throw.
Never mind.
Could have just said no. Jim wouldn't have known.
I mean, I was looking it up, but also I rolled a 2, so, you know. That Crown is staying put. And then Merlin doesn't have another level 9 spell, so, level 8. That's more than the level 9 was. And even if it takes half of that damage. Merlin will rush forward and gather up the blood. And at this point, we're out of initiative.
Yay.
And we're going to cut back to this screen. And we're going to go to a nicer music. Merlin will scoop up some of the blood and
Merlin, put your fetish.
gets it in some vials.
Don't kink shame Merlin.
And
He left me alone. I can kink shame him all I want.
I'll be honest, not a sentence I thought I'd say today.
Merlin will rush back to Waterdeep with Borrowed and Milo. And they go back to the Krigboro's house. And by the point they get here, Borrowed, it's just passing your elbow. And
That's a problem.
And they start work on...
I'm really worried, Borrowed.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Lunar and Merlin start working with several decanters and bubbling pots and things going through chemical things, and there's like a Jacob's ladder in the background somewhere because there always is in a alchemy lab. Milo leans his head on Borrowed's shoulder, and eventually
Impressive, considering the height difference.
he has a step ladder.
His real Adelaide is young.
Lunar will come over with a small vial and just drip a small vial of a deep crimson liquid on Borrowed's arm, and just where it drops, the flesh starts to become flesh and not stone again, and it just spreads back down the arm, and you can clench and unclench your hand, and it goes back to normal.
It's a Christmas miracle.
You know, I should say, I was panicking a lot.
Milo takes your now flesh once again hand in their own.
Borrowed squeezes Milo's hand affectionately.
No.
I won't be mean. This is a nice scene.
Milo and Borrowed at this point, it is a few days since you first headed out from Waterdeep, so we're on about day 15 here.
Yep.
Of the downtime, so it's also a couple of days since Jaghol and Jaghol proposed to Lunar, and for the first time you head back to Caelynn's house and you both get told the good news. Jaghol will be leaving the castle and settling down to open a blacksmith shop in
Wait, you're
Waterdeep.
engaged? Wait, you're engaged?
Wait,
Well,
we're engaged.
Yeah.
You're engaged? When did this?
I know it.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Thank you very much.
And it's
Congrats, Jaghol! Oh, I'm going to miss you. Oh.
Starts to tear.
Milo starts to cry.
Oh,
And it's the middle of the afternoon. The sun is starting to set. It's just starting to go behind the walls of Waterdeep. When the town, or at least the portion of it that you are in, is rocked by the sounds of a loud explosion. And you just hear the ringing ding, 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 ding of several large bells that are located at key points around the city to alert people to an attack.
What's going on?
can Borrowed put a hand on Milo's shoulder, summon Flare, and have Flare just sort of fly off in that direction?
I'm back.
See
What did I
she can
miss?
see?
We need to check it out.
Big bada boom.
Flare just takes to the sky, and Borrowed just grabs hold of Milo's shoulder. And there's smoke rising from the center of the northern ward. And as Flare soars through the skies, you can see that it is rising from the spires of the morning. And that there are panicked people just running every which way. They don't know what's happening. It's just a stampede. You can hear cries and shouts. And a general panic of people.
Briar! No! And Lunar's just gone.
And Lunar just runs full pelt out the door.
Borrowed is going to use one of his spell slots and cast Fly on the on everyone.
So that would be Milo, Borrowed.
And Lunar is everyone he can get with his 5th level slot.
5th levels, how many peoples?
It is 3, I believe.
So Lunar, Milo, and Borrowed themselves.
Yes.
So Lunar, you're just running out the street, and suddenly you just take off into the air.
No.
And Borrowed and Milo just rocket out of Caelynn's house. Practically cruise missile style towards the morning spires of the morning. And the three of you just arrive in record time, moments after you leave Caelynn's house. No need to dart down back alleys or crisscross streets. You are flying over buildings, and you just land, and there are people running, and there are people with people who've got injured in the initial explosion, and then other people who've just been caught up in crowds and sort of trampled or knocked aside, and there's just people milling about, generally running away from the spires.
I shouldn't have left. I shouldn't have left.
We're heading there as fast as we can.
We're there.
The desert.
That really was fast.
It was. Instant almost. Within 10 minutes, one would say.
It's okay, Lunar. Miss Bry will be okay.
She will be okay. She'll be okay, I swear to nothing will survive.
You push your way into the church, and nobody tries to stop you. There's a general atmosphere of people trying to get away from here, but you clear a path. And you make your way to the memorial wing. And the priest that was here when Jaghol and Lunar, when Jaghol proposed to Lunar, is just lying outside the door in a puddle of his own blood, and he's just coughing lightly.
What do I have? Nope, that definitely won't help. Neither will that. Neither will that. That definitely won't
Others
help.
will come. They'll heal you. I can't.
They took her.
What?
Who did? Who are we talking about?
They took her. I tried to stop them.
Who? Who did it?
They were wearing robes.
What kind?
Purple
of
robes.
And they just... Did they say anything? Where they might need to take her?
She was important to them. I think they left something to try to stop them.
I have a friend coming. He'll know how to heal you. I don't know any healing spells. Borrowed him here.
Yeah.
And she's gonna run to where Briar was.
The bed is empty. There is a note.
Don't say.
Romad's sister is still where she was. She was mine. And at the bottom of it is a drawing of a set of scales.
Don't worry, baby. I'll get you back. Don't worry, baby girl. I'll get you back.
What does this mean? Asks Milo.
Briar has a complex history. And someone thinks that they can take her from me just because they might have had her at one point in their life. I don't care. I never cared about any of that. She's mine. She's mine. She's mine. She's mine! And she just goes nuts. Ice everywhere.
Killing all your friends.
And destroying all the bodies that are being kept in them.
No, it's ice, so pretty much everything's just gonna get frozen over.
Just down the wall, there's just a... Make me a religion check.
In the meantime, John, can I roll a medicine check to see if I can stop the bleeding on the main dude?
Yes.
Just as a sort of temporary thing, yeah.
Oh!
Jaghol is running here as fast as he can.
Oh yeah. Whoops. Whoops.
Brilliant 20. Brilliant 20.
Whoops.
Unfortunately, cruise missiles borrowed Milo and Lunar made it here much faster.
Sorry, man.
That is a true religion check right there.
That's the power of a mother's love right there. She's all like, nope.
You both know that one of the gods, Caelynn, has a set of scales as his holy symbol. Caelynn, that's spelt correctly, isn't it, Sean?
It is indeed.
Caelynn has a set of scales as his holy symbol, but the central, the thing holding it up is a skeletal hand. And that is not the case in this image. Also, in his holy symbol, the scales are balanced. Whereas in this one, they weight heavily to one side. With a natural 20, the iconography, the style of the artwork, bears a resemblance to other symbols of cults that circulated about a decade ago. There were 4 cults about just less than a decade ago that attempted to summon elemental princes from their respective elemental planes. One of them succeeded and summoned Imix, the Prince of Fire. But a group of adventurers managed to beat the prince and beat the cults back, and as far as anybody knows, they collapsed. The cults collapsed and disbanded. The leaders were beaten by the adventurers, and so
that's just poor management.
Nobody's heard from them since. This scales symbol, off-balanced scales, looks the same sort of markings that were it's reminiscent of their iconography, but it's not one of those marks.
I know where to start. I don't care who she was before. She's mine now, and I will destroy her. She takes the note, and she's already turned and walking out.
Oh, you stabilize the man.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
She's leaving steps of ice behind her. Just think a really pissed off Elsa, but like even more dangerous.
Just. So which? So scales, right? Okay. Milo, just a quick little catch up for me. Just remind me whose body was here. And why is he's here?
Briar's.
Right.
My child.
She is Lunar's daughter.
Oh. Right. That explains the outburst. Yeah. No. Right. Sorry. Just missed a little bit of context. Don't worry about me. Let's get revenge.
I like him.
Because as far as Milo knows, that's true.
I mean, Borrowed hasn't met Milo. No.
What?
Borrowed hasn't met Briar.
Wait, what?
What? Borrowed hasn't met Briar.
Milo is very forward, if that's the case.
Yeah. And I don't think even I guess out of respect for the party who were grieving at the time, didn't even really see the corpse. So
I mean, Milo didn't meet Briar either, so that's why they don't really know.
fantastic. I feel like we're out of context, but this is gonna be great.
So Jennifer,
Yes.
as we're wrapping up the session, sort of now, would you like to switch back to being Chupa for the rest of this adventure, or is Luna coming out of retirement?
Ooh, decision.
I was more concerned about Mr. Romad's little sister, says Milo.
Fair enough.
I only known her a few times, but she was kind and happy. Sean, very quickly, while we wait for Jennifer to reconnect. While Steele is wandering the town and alerting people to the gone-off food,
Yes.
you hear a commotion from the guards.
There we go.
Commotion
now?
from God.
Yes, one moment. You hear a commotion from the guards. Could you give me a perception check?
Oh, another perception check.
Yes.
That is his. I'll write his name. There we go.
You can hear murder being discussed.
Murder?
Sort of in hushed tones of, we don't want this to get out, but also, this is a very unusual thing and we don't really know what we're doing.
Goes over. Do everything in this town.
Hello?
I couldn't help overhearing, or couldn't you?
Yes. The, and the other guard just kind of takes over and just, it's fine. This is clearly an adventurer. This is a mercenary. I know. I saw him respond to one of the bulletin boards. The town mayor has been killed.
The mayor?
Yes. He was supposed to be at a meeting this morning, and he never arrived. They sent some of the guard to investigate where he was, and they found him dead in bed at home.
It seemed to be natural causes or something other.
28 knife wounds at the back.
He was stabbed 47 times in the face. We think it's natural causes.
It's clearly suicide.
We can't be sure what killed him.
Oh.
What?
Sorry.
Wasn't bad meat, was it?
Didn't happen to have a large amount of meat.
There's no evidence of injury. He's just dead. But he was in good health. There's no reason for him to have died.
Peculiar.
Probably syphilis.
Dysentery, that's what got him.
You can trust me, I watched a lot of doctor shows on TV.
What kind of
Many
death is
times
it?
full of
Instant.
syphilis.
Do you have any experience with poisons or
Murder.
investigating? I mean, we don't
Let's go with yes.
have a lot of resources in
I
town.
can look into things if you.
I mean, if you could, just to, show that we're doing something about it. Because we should be doing something about it.
Usually the death of a prominent official usually requires investigation.
Yes.
So this guy is stupid.
This guy is in way over his pay grade.
Yeah, I can come investigate. I could look into
I
it.
was hired to escape. I was hired to catch escaped chickens. This is a bit beyond.
I was hired to deal with drunks.
No luck catching them geese then.
Oh, it's just the one geese, actually.
Jennifer, quickly, Amy has said in the chat, Lunar, mother, save me.
No!
Oh,
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
the
Shame.
wound.
You suck dick, Amy. Oh my god. Why would you do that to me?
So, Steele, you are led to a mansion, which is really just like a house that is bigger than the other houses in town.
A slightly bigger hut.
Pretty much.
It's the huttiest hut, though.
Yes.
It's
It's slightly elevated to make it slightly taller than
I mean, the town has nice houses. This is a nicer one.
We're just making fun of you, don't worry.
We're just taking the piss.
You are led into the guy's bedroom,
Oh.
and he is in bed,
Oh.
and there is no colour in his skin.
Oh, less so.
He's quite clearly, from visual inspection from this distance, either incredibly sick or dead, and as you can't see him breathing, you're gonna side with dead.
Yeah, breathing's overrated.
I'm no doctor, but this man has no head.
I see what the problem is. His arms and legs have been torn off, and he's been beaten with them.
Oh.
Natural causes.
Could you roll me an investigation check, please?
Probably just a sniffle.
5, his arms and legs.
So, hang on a minute, just need to quickly...
He'll get better.
Or do you have anything else that might help you in investigating?
I don't think I do, because Flash of Genius is ability check or saving throw. So ability check would be...
I mean, this would be an ability check, wouldn't it? Like a skill check?
Yeah. Skill
Yeah.
checks or ability checks.
In which case, I will do an investigation and just make 100% sure I'm reading this correctly. Yeah, fuck it. So I will roll investigation. Add a +5 to that, because why not?
So you start looking around, and you look at the body, and you look in the general area of the room, and then you just suddenly, you start putting the dots together, and, I mean, you've all watched crime shows, I'm sure, and you know there's that moment right at the end where the lead detective kind of puts all of the dots together and everything just lines up and falls into place.
Yes.
That starts happening for you now.
I go full on Gil Grissom on this.
What a reference!
You find a...
Original series CSI was the best. Fight me on that.
Did not expect that to happen.
You find a small puncture wound at the back of the neck that's almost unperceivable.
Perceivable.
Not perceivable.
It could not.
But the
It's better
non-perceptive might be.
perceivance.
But you just happen to roll him over, and he just falls in just the right way that you can see what looks almost like an insect bite, but slightly too large, and there are veins slightly blackened, and it looks out of place.
Just really fucking gross. If this was a murder, which, from what you can investigate here and find out...
This is a murder, which it is.
Which it 100% is.
This murder was performed by somebody who knew exactly what they were doing to cover their tracks. This isn't the crime scene. It didn't happen here. There is no evidence that the person ever needed to be in this room to commit this murder.
They brought him here to...
At some point in the 12 hours or so before he died, he got stabbed in the back of the neck with something small.
And
He's come back, gone to bed, and then the poison has taken effect. It's the perfect way to cover your tracks and make sure that you have never been seen. You don't suspect that this is a serial killer. This isn't somebody who's going to be going around doing a lot of murders in one place. This isn't somebody acting randomly. This isn't somebody that is... This is targeted. And as you start to leave the room, your eyes just flick up at just the right moment, and you notice above the door, carved in the wood, the lintel of the door, is, again, almost unnoticeable, but you just happen to look at the right spot in the right moment. It's almost as if you'd rolled perfectly to notice
It's almost as if I rolled a 20 on a 20-sided dice. I don't know where that come from.
A raven carved into the door.
Nevermore.
I pull out one of my spiders, and I
That was
do the
funny.
whole scanny thing.
I laugh.
To pretty much the same thing I did to Chupa. I do the same thing with that raven, so that I can show it around.
Okay.
And it sits next to the other one on my shoulder.
Weirdest episode of Crime Watch ever. Have you seen this raven?
I leave the room.
Okay. At this point, we're going to cut back to the action in Waterdeep. So, Jennifer,
Yes.
is Lunar going to continue to settle down and let others go and hunt down whoever has
No.
taken Briar? Or is Chupa and Erelith going to go off on some adventures unseen?
Chupa and Aerolith can go on an adventure. Lunar's about to go kill some people.
Cool.
Good, I need to find a man about my bow, so...
And she's gonna really, really murder them hard.
The man
Okay.
that has my bow? I don't think we should.
It's gonna be pretty brutal, pretty graphic, and she will kill anyone who tries to get in her way.
I don't know why Jeff just sent the large eyes emoji. I don't know whether that is a response to to Erelith saying,
Wait, I'm here too? Wow, this place is really cool.
to Erelith saying he needs to go find a man about his bow, because I know who has his bow.
I'm pretty sure the large eyes emoji was there before that.
Or was that the raven?
Where are my friends Caldemaz and Xandere?
They abandoned on the side of the road.
Oh no, but they're my best friends! They wouldn't do that to me.
Yeah, they
We convinced Pyrolus to leave you. It didn't take much to convince.
Oh, you...
I just thought I'd twist the knife there.
Ah. Don't worry, you still haven't retrieved the other one from my back.
Anyway, it is at this point that I'm going to say you guys hit level 12.
Me?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
So you guys hit level 12, and we will be back in 2 weeks' time with Jaghol left alone in Waterdeep with Caelynn and Mord to set up a blacksmith shop as Lunar goes out to really murder some people very hard.
Yeah.
As we start a new mini-campaign entitled In the Clutches of the Cult.
Ooh.
Oh, ooh.
Ooh.
So, we shall see you guys again real soon for that. In the meantime, I'm going to switch over to our new ending screen.
Whoa.
Boom!
Here we go.
Don't worry, Jaghol. I'll bring you back lots of very expensive presents and some really valuable cult weapons that you can, forge into something.
In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching tonight. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way that you can support us. It's a completely free way that you can support the channel. It'll let you guys know when we go live. Tomorrow night, Sean and I will be back in the factory trying to set up the diesel generator, while Sean and Chris will also be showing me what they've done over at the Bumbling Monk Tavern as
it's really cool.
as we tried. You know about it?
I know everything.
I mean, I'm not even allowed to know where your base is.
Yeah, I swore Sean to secrecy.
I mean, it doesn't take much, really, to make Sean keep secrets on the server from me, apparently. I'm
You
gonna...
just enjoy the external torture it delivers upon you.
Largely, yes. So, we're going to have diesel generator hopefully up and running in the factory tomorrow, and then the Bumbling Monk's steam-powered overhaul will also be showing off. On Tuesday night, Jeff is running another episode of The Expanse, entitled To Sleep Perchance to Dream, where the former crew of the Still Aurora, I don't know, have you guys renamed the ship yet?
No.
Cool.
Make
While
your job easier, at least.
Tanny says yes.
Ash Grove.
Okay, apparently never mind. I mean, it is Pancake Day, so...
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Pancake Day.
you know, I'm going to definitely be having some pancakes.
It's Pancake Day. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Like Tuesday, yeah. Of course.
On Wednesday this week, we are taking the first steps into world domination as Tanny, Sammy, myself, and AG are going to be looking at Civilization 5.
Oh my word.
And I'll be playing it for the first time. So I'm going to lose
John?
real fast.
John,
Yep.
do not anger Gandhi.
Do not anger Gandhi.
Never. You will die.
Actually, I was reading about that the other day. It's do not be diplomatic with Gandhi.
That's
That was
true,
the-
actually. The nicer you are to him, the worse he gets.
That was the problem.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
The problem was he had a aggression score of 2. So if you are diplomatic to people, it lowers their aggression score, except they forgot to program in stop at 0. So
It loops round to...
So if you were diplomatic with Gandhi, he suddenly gets an aggression score of about 98. Because it just loops round to the top value again, and then he just blows everybody up with nukes.
I mean, maybe don't be nice to Gandhi.
So don't be nice to Gandhi.
The complete prick Gandhi.
That's the name of this stream.
Meanwhile, at the end of March, MCM Birmingham is coming up, and several of us are going to be there. So if you are also going to MCM Birmingham in Birmingham...
Wait, what? That's where that is?
At the NEC Centre. No, that's redundant. NEC... the C stands for Centre. If you're at the NEC in Birmingham at the end of March, we'll be there. So come say hi. I'll probably be Creed and or Gunter. Possibly both. Because I'm going to be there the whole weekend. So I could be one each day. So come and say hello. And yeah, hit that follow button. Head up the website, finalbossfight.co.uk. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time, as I say, for a mini campaign entitled In the Clutches of the Cults. For now, guys, good night.
In which Lunar commits lots and lots and lots of graphic murder.
Woo! Murder!
What a... Yay!
Bye, guys.
Piss off Gandhi!
Bye.